All right, good morning, Coach. Obviously, a turn of events here. I'm just wondering, I guess, is there such a thing as too much practice at some point in the season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's like, to be blatantly honest, it's in like August when you're waiting for the action to come, and you real push hard, you get excited, and then you realize you're still 3-4 days away from camp, from opening. So it's been really strange. But you know what? All you can do is get ready for the next game. Certainly today we practice change what we thought we were going to do and then leave for Vancouver. Obviously that's not happening. So we went back to more details again, and we'll just keep doing that until they tell us we're going to play.
Obviously, the extra days do help those who've been off with the COVID protocol for the last couple of days.
For sure. Even Shabby, who, I think probably could skate all day. Even him, I was going to give a little extra to the guys that were out. And Shabby, said, it was harder than even he expected today being his first day back. So he'll get better every day, and he'll end up getting 3 practices under his belt before he plays. So certainly him, Sanford, and Tierney will get the benefits of this.
Does this mean Brahm still gets to go on the trip?
Brahm is still coming for sure. It's unbelievable how many people obviously love Brahm in the area. How many texts I got yesterday that Brahm was coming, and I know it was exciting for him to get his face on TSN and Twitter, and he's a humble guy that the guys love, and it's a great story.
And obviously, the return of Bob Jones certainly makes the coaching staff a little bit smarter.
Yeah, for sure. Jonesy's 22 years in the OHL, and all the jokes and pranks that he provides on a daily basis help loosen her up.
Thank you.
What to Bruce Garriott at Post Media.
DJ, how many extra guys will you take at this juncture? And I assume will you skate in Ottawa tomorrow then leave, or
yeah, we'll
practice now?
Yeah, no, we'll skate and leave. We'll get some skills out of it tomorrow. We'll slow down a little bit on the conditioning part of it and get some more skills for the young guys, and some touches, and then we'll get on the plane and we'll have a good hard practice in Edmonton, and hopefully we play.
And just on, and I just had asked you there, how many extra guys will you take? Like, what will your taxi squad look like?
Obviously, Pierre will tell me that, but I think at this point we're looking at 5 lines in 8D, and hopefully 3 goalies.
And just on Forsberg, is there an update on him at this juncture?
He's just waiting for the final clearance. He's one of those ones that was in the old protocol and then kind of overlapped into the new protocol. And his symptoms kind of started later, so it's a bit of a tricky one, but we're hopeful tomorrow's the day.
And just on one other thing, if this game gets postponed, well, the Vancouver game is postponed, but if the Winnipeg game gets postponed as well, you'll have had 13 games postponed and 12 have to be made up. Monday was supposed to be your 41st game of the season. You have to be able to adjust in this game, but you've got almost a month worth of games to make up here.
Excited though. Excited. You got to look at the positive and everything, and we played through this in November, and before anyone kind of dealt with this, and we had 2 and 3 and eventually I think 13 guys out, and we were still playing. So as bad as it is to have to replay the games, replaying the games with healthy guys, replaying the games with Whitey, we'll be back. Pinto will be back because the season's going to be lengthened on. We're going to have more that looks like our team. So at the end of the day, you want to play with the best players available to you. And unfortunate we haven't been playing, but all this time right now is allowing our guys to get back. And we're really only down to 2 or 3 guys that can test positive. And we'll be able to run a full lineup here and really see what we got.
I kind of talked to Anthony LeBlanc about this the other day at DJ, just about how much input do you get into the schedule, and just on if they're going to reschedule these games, what would you like them to avoid?
Well, I don't have any of that. That's up to Anthony and Pierre and Mr. Melnick are speaking with the league. That's not my department. They just tell me when we play. But as a coach, you want as little of back-to-backs as possible. And it's not really maybe the back-to-backs that's the worst thing. It's the 4 and 6, with travel. Those are probably the scenarios you don't want, but we're going to run into those, and we have lots of bodies though. We're going to have lots of young guys here at the end of the year as well that are going to be available to us, and a lot of home games. I think of the games we got to make up, I believe 9 or 10 of them are home games. So if you got to bring guys up from Belleville, they're right here.
Ronald Hand is from Clarehanna, TSN.
DJ, I'll ask the players this when we get them on the phone or on the line, but do you sense from them this is kind of exhausting, this back and forth, or what's the vibe you're getting from the team?
Yeah, I just today I think was disappointing for them. Young guys, they want to get on the it's different when you have a wife and kids at home and you're missing your kids when you go on long road trips, and there's some guys in the room that have that. These young guys are excited to get on the plane, excited to go on the road. It's something new for them. And play in some of these Canadian cities that had, that have fans, and now there's no fans. It's unfortunate for them, but I could just see a little bit today. I think they were frustrated. They want to get playing, but there's nothing you can do.
And then finally, we talk about how it's going to be a jam schedule, and you mentioned some of the advantages. Is there an advantage to having a young, spry team here down the stretch in what might be an extended season?
Yeah, for sure. You get guys that have been in the league for 10, 12, 15 years. Certainly if they have to play 15 games in a month, they're going to be more worn out than a 23-year-old. Now 19 and 20-year-olds, that's a lot for them as well if they haven't, if they're coming from college or they haven't played a ton of games. But there's no excuses in this league, and the biggest thing you can ask for is just for us to be healthy. And if we're healthy, I think as we've seen in December, I think we can play with anybody. It doesn't mean you're going to beat them every night, but I think you can play with them. I think in December we beat Florida, Colorado. We beat some of the best teams in the league. Whether they had their best or not, we're able to do it. I think when we have our full group, we're able to compete with everybody, and I think that's all myself and the players want, is to be able to compete every night.